Hello, Judy from the Quilting Bee in Massillon, Ohio, and I am here with week 3 of the Riley Blake Challenge. And this week it is a pattern called threaded, and of course half square triangles all over the place. But I had mentioned in last week's video that I thought I would go with blues this next time, which I have done. So this is my color palette for threaded, and I've had to think through what I'm going to use where. If you recall, I'm trying to use my black as a common denominator in all of them. So it's going to be in several different places. It's going to be what they show is sort of the limey green narrow strips around the centerpiece, the central piece, as well as the 4 corners of the center section. So what's showing as A will, in the 4 corners, be my black. So I think that will work out. But then I needed a contrast, sort of the, greenish color that they're showing. And I went to my color wheel, and of course a contrast of blue, the opposite of it on the color wheel, is in the orange families, the deep yellows. So this is what I've chosen, and I'm going to use that not only within the center section where they show the green, but I'm also going to use it at the top and the bottom, those long strips, instead of being the teal that they show. It's going to be this orange, so see how that turns out. So that is what I'm going to be using on in my colors and in my fabrics. Now I'll cut them out and be back after I've cut them out and put my half square triangles together. See you in a bit. Okay, I have them all cut out and I have arranged it back here where you can see the whole thing. I think I like it. I'm going to look at it for the rest of the day and see if there's anything. I still need to do the flying geese on the 2 end panels. But the challenge, guys, if you're doing this, is watch the placement here. Very easy to get these turned around, and then you don't really end up with a pinwheel. Also, make certain that your points where your white is meeting go in, not out. They go in. I'm trying to catch a cold. But other than that, it just took a few times of moving these around before I got them in the right axis. But that's it. So I am going to look at it the rest of the day, and if I still like it, then this evening I'm going to stitch it up and see what it ends up being. Talk to you later. Bye now. Hello, here I am again. I have sewn my block together. Here it is. What issues did I have? I had a few. First of all, the cold did catch up with me, and that's put me under the weather for a couple of days. But do be very, very careful when you're sewing it together that you keep things in the right order within this main portion. I tried chain stitching it, which I'm not good at, and obviously still am not good at because I got out of kilter. So I had to take this entire thing apart, got it back together in the right orientation, correct orientation, and then moved on to the border, and then my white blocks on either side, my rectangles, everything was going smoothly until I came to the last pieces. And I don't know if you can tell, but I do not square up to the corners of my interior block. I took this apart and remeasured. I thought, well, I've cut something wrong. So I took them off, took them apart, measured them. They measured correctly. Put them back together, thinking that perhaps I had, in fact, I still see some strings here from all the taking off, thinking that maybe I had put them together wrong. So I did my my flying geese on each one again, and it is still off a fraction. Probably the total would be about 1/4 of an inch, which would lead a sane person to think that this must be off 1/4 of an inch, except they give us the measurements square by square, and I was true. I was right on. So I don't know what went wrong here. I'm tired of taking it apart. My seam ripper has given up on me and gone to the trash barrel. I'm just going to leave it for now. And at a later point, when I am in a better mood and feeling better, I may attack it again. But for now, this is going up on my design wall as is. And I will put a safety pin up in the corner because I tend to forget, to remind me when I go to put everything together, this needs some attention. But that's the best I could do with this block. It did not go well, guys. Hope you are having a better time with it than I. See you next week.